I'm Sarah Layden, the author of Imagine Your Life Like This. That's a great question. I think I'm interested in exploring the moment right before everything changes and kind of slowing it down and focusing on emotions and backstory and what led up to that particular moment. I think a lot of times in our lives, those things happen so quickly that we don't necessarily sit back and reflect and think a lot on it until later. And that's one of the things that I like to do in my stories. It's one of the things I like about fiction too, is just that opportunity to reflect. You know, when I first started writing the stories in Imagine Your Life Like This, I had just started grad school at Purdue, an MFA program, and I had moved from Syracuse, New York, where I'd been living for 10 years. And so Syracuse was very much on my mind. I'm from Indiana, but I went to college out there and stayed for a job. So I was really thinking about Syracuse and the people there and the place. It's a really distinctive, atmospheric, snowy, cold place. And it also has beautiful spring, summer, and fall. So I found myself really thinking about what it had been like to be in Syracuse and how atmosphere influences people and influences characters. Yes, The Invisible Art of Literary Editing, co-authored with Brian Furunas. I think collaboration is essential. When I first started working as a newspaper reporter, I really had this idea that, you know, I would just be at my desk writing and it would just be me. But I learned very quickly that it was such a collaborative process putting out a newspaper. And then when I went to grad school to learn how to write fiction, I thought, oh, this is when I'll go up in the turret and like be all by myself writing. And I kind of wanted that. But it didn't work out that way, and I realized that getting feedback from other people, bouncing ideas off of one another, having the opportunity to get other perspectives. It's essential for making any kind of book, but for something like this editing book, it was really nice because we bring in a lot of other editors and writers, and they're a part of the book too. And so it was collaborative in a lot of different ways. I love that question. On the full moon, no, I'm just kidding. I love the materials of writing by hand. It may sound silly, but my students know this because I'm always talking about the Pilot Precise V5 Extra Fine. It's my favorite pen. I accidentally bought V7s one time and it just was not the same. But I really like writing by hand. All my first drafts are longhand. I like notebooks. I like the tactile thing. And I block out time. I schedule it on my calendar like a meeting. And I also am flexible with it so I can move that block somewhere else if something really big comes up. I would say the first thing is read as much as you can. Read in the genres that you're interested in and that you want to publish in. And don't be afraid of being overly influenced by what you read, because your voice is going to come out. It's going to be, you're the filter. You're the unique, singular thing. Only you see the world the way you see it. And that's the thing that you have to offer. So read a lot, write a lot, and find your community. Find people that will give you feedback and help you. Susan Neville, I think, is one that I can't wait for her to get wider recognition because she's just a brilliant writer and person.